Hey everyone, it's Megan Wise, and I am a host of the Portfolio Podcast. We are here to share all the things about building profit and generational wealth in real estate, but also sharing about our brokerage, Keller Williams Portfolio, which we're really excited about. Here today, I have my friend and coworker, Shauna O'Brien here. Hi, Shauna.
Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And I like to call you our little star.
Ooh.
Because ever since I met Shauna, her light just has always shined through no matter what she does in any of her several businesses that are super successful. But when we first met, it was a really neat story. So we're going to start how we met. And I would like kick it off to you. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so the interesting story was I was invited to a networking event.
Yeah.
I wasn't really aware of it. I had seen this posted on social media with another broker that I'm friendly with and worked with at this other brokerage. And just thought, oh, I'll get to it one day.
Yeah.
And then during a closing, her husband said, you need to get with her and come to this networking event. I almost didn't come because I had come straight from working out and I didn't feel pretty.
Yes.
So, but I came anyway, and I walked in and you were speaking and you were telling your story, and then you showed a picture of your house.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
I looked at that picture, and I'm always looking for signs. Like I know the universe shows us signs.
Yeah.
And you have to pay attention. And you're my neighbor.
Yeah.
And I was like,
so crazy.
you're like 3 doors down from me. Number one, I wasn't going to come. I loved what I was hearing. I loved meeting everyone in the room. I'm like, these are my people.
Yeah.
And then I saw that you were my neighbor, and I thought, there's so many things coming together here. I need to pay more attention.
I love
so
that.
I made the decision to continue to do my due diligence,
Yeah.
get to know everyone, and at the end of the day, this is where I wanted to be.
Yeah, so it was so cool because at iWire, it was Indiana Women in Real Estate. We kind of created this group just to network and mastermind people who want to have growth mindset and learn and communicate about best ways to service our clients and to build wealth through real estate. Mm-hmm. And you're there, and I had no idea you were my neighbor. I loved your energy, and I learned you had all this experience in sales, like corporate sales, recruiting, you were in the finance world.
Yeah.
And you were a little bit of everything, and you knew so much, and you had so much passion and knowledge.
Yeah.
But I was surprised to know that you had only had closed 2 transactions, right, in 2023?
That year.
That year.
I think I was on my 3rd one, maybe.
Sure, you were working on your
yeah, I mean, I've always been customer facing in a service-oriented position, sales, 100% commission, never shied away from that. I had a mortgage background. I completely understood all of the financing behind buying a home, saving, leveraging your equity to get, other homes.
Yeah.
But real estate was on the back burner because of the age of my kids. And I just wasn't ready to get licensed, and I thought spend all my evenings and weekends with clients and showing homes, which now, I mean, you can.
Do you spend all your nights and evenings and weekends?
No, I do not.
No, you do not.
Yeah, I do not.
So
I am accountable, and I do show up for my clients.
Sure.
But it wasn't the hamster on a wheel that I thought I was going to be. So yeah, I'm here now.
So tell us, and I think we both had very similar experiences where a post-COVID real estate company, a brick and mortar post-COVID real estate company was somewhat of a dead man zone, right? People were used to working from home because they had to, and then they didn't go back to the office.
Yeah, it just depended on, for me, I never really needed to go to an office for 20 years. So I'm very good at working from home and being accountable and getting in my office, hammering out my to-do list, making my calls, making my appointments. But what I was attracted to in the beginning was the culture at this brokerage that I was at.
Yeah.
After COVID, unfortunately, like a lot of businesses, people just chose to work from home. And I thought, well, I've been doing it this long, I'll just keep doing it. And so even though I felt that I could achieve on my own, I started to realize that I needed to be around like-minded people and forward thinkers. Yeah. And I wasn't getting that at the other brokerage. No. I wasn't getting the conversation that made me think outside the box or be a thought leader, how to speak to my clients, my buyers and my sellers smarter, just a deeper dive in the knowledge base. That's right. And the conversations we have are so fast and so packed. Yeah. A 1-hour meeting is like a week's worth of information that I was getting. So it was really more about leveraging my time and making the most of it. And instead of going to a sales meeting for 2 hours and getting one little nugget, I was coming to iWire and walking away with so much information that I had to figure out how I'm going to
what are you going to do
execute it all.
Execute it
Yeah.
all. Yeah. And you are an executor.
Yeah.
So it was cool because we met in the early fall last year.
We met in August
of iWire.
Yes, and I came almost every week, and then I made a decision to transfer my license on October 2nd.
October 2nd, your birthday? Or day
My
after
birthday
your
was the
birthday.
day after.
Yeah,
Yep.
the day after
Good
your
memory.
birthday.
Yeah.
We felt like so thrilled that you joined us.
Yeah.
And we, at that time, we were a small brokerage, maybe 12 people, and you brought this light in. And then tell us what happened in November of 2023.
Well, I'm going to back up because
Please.
when I heard about the opportunity, and we were in a conference room at the time with only about 8 people, and I just recognized that these were people I wanted to align myself with, and I thought they're going places with or without me.
So true.
Like a year from now, am I going to wish that I made the leap?
Yeah.
And my answer was yes, because they're going with or without me. So I might as well just jump on that train.
Yeah, that's so
and take the risk. And also in my mind, I really didn't think it was hugely risky because at the end of the day, I'm a licensed real estate broker.
Yeah.
And that's never gonna change. Right. So I thought, worst case, I'm still in this position that I'm in now.
Yeah.
Best case is I'm gonna be better and thrive.
So you did 2 before we met, and then how many after we met last year?
Oh, right away, I had 4 listings.
4 listings right away.
Yeah, right away.
And I think that stems from the motivation.
Yeah, just lit a fire under
yeah.
me to stay in touch, like to push my sellers. They all said, yeah, when we're ready, we'll list with you. And then I had more drive, more language, and more support to go after them and say, here's what we need to do.
Yeah.
I'm the expert. This is why we need to list right now. Yeah. And all 4 of them were like, yeah, let's do it.
And you had all this language behind you and support in the team. And it was so cool because I remember I told you, I was scrolling randomly one night and the Fisher's Chatter on Facebook or something, and it says, you always get, who do you recommend? Right. Yeah. And it was like, Sean O'Brien.
It was next door.
It was next
door. They said, give me a referral. And like 3 or 4 people said Sean O'Brien.
And I was like, that is the coolest thing because when we had met, you had tons of experience and were an experienced realtor, but you were kind of in a slump, right? You kind of you weren't being motivated.
I felt lonely.
You felt lonely.
That's the word I used.
That's a great.
I felt lonely.
Yeah.
And I used the analogy when I was talking with another one of our brokers. I grew up an athlete. I'm a high achiever. Mm-hmm. You can only do that on your own for so long. Like if you're a runner and you're going to go out and you're like, I'm going to run a mile in this many minutes. Yeah. Maybe you do it. But if you have someone next to you that's running just as fast as you or a little bit faster, you're going to run faster.
That's so true.
And I'm not a runner, but my kids are. So that's my analogy. Yeah. Because I could go out and run and get better and better each time, but I'm not going to get pushed or that healthy competition to go further, faster.
Yeah, and I think it's fun to sit around the table. We spend about 20 minutes on production, 20 minutes on investments, and then 20 minutes on case studies in our Monday meetings. Yeah. And I think it's cool to hear the wins, even if they're small. Right? From the
or
newbie
even if you have a struggle, you can say what your struggle is, and you've got 20 people that have had a similar situation, but they're backing you. They're not keeping the secrets to themselves on how to get over that hump. No. They're telling you, here's what I did, here's what worked, how can I help you? Yeah. That's the best part. How can I help you? Everyone's saying, how can I help you? They're not holding their little nuggets of, knowledge and success to themselves.
And I think real estate has changed a lot, and I think Indiana has been a little behind on those changes in terms of I'm not in competition with you, even though we live 8 houses down. Mm-hmm. We completely different spheres. Yeah. And if we are in competition with you, I'll probably just join up with you and we work the client together.
That's the best.
Right?
Power in numbers.
I don't see any realtors as my competition. I see myself as my own competition because we all have our own spheres that we can work.
Absolutely.
So once you join Keller Williams, our portfolio team, about a month or so later, we set about 6 or 7 women on learning spring break.
Oh yeah,
Can
learning
you talk
spring
a
break.
little bit about learning spring break?
Yeah, so you invested in us, paid for us to go to this leadership training. Yeah. 7 of us? We all shared a house. We got an Airbnb.
So cool.
Barely knew each other. We had so much fun. And that's the thing too. This is so fun. It is work hard, play hard. Yeah. All of our personalities are different, but we thrive on each other. We're goofy. We're silly. Yeah. We're twerking to like the hottest hit in the living room, drinking rosé, and then the next morning, 8 a.m., we're back in the classroom setting, like taking notes feverishly and learning all that we can. So,
and you got to talk to like our director of leadership. You got to talk to our president.
The top leaders.
Top leaders and executives at Keller Williams were pouring into you for like 3 days.
Absolutely,
a lot. I had total FOMO. I wish I could have gone on that trip, but it's probably good I did it. It looked like you guys
we were keeping you informed on socials.
Oh yeah, there was lots of texts and posts. Oh, it was my birthday during that time, and you guys called me at 1 a.m. to sing me happy birthday.
My goodness.
It was the best. It made me smile. I missed it.
That was
so
fun.
and that's what I love is like in my former brokerage, I asked for trainings. I asked to lead them. I asked to be sent to them because I knew that multiple times I've been number one in the state, but I didn't have anybody to network with. I was always pouring down and I never felt like I got poured into. So I wanted a brokerage where no matter what, you're teaching me something. Alexa's our 25-year-old teaching us about reels, right? I think she taught you how to do your
gosh, the
first
first
reel.
time I did a reel, it took me an hour.
Me too. It took me a weekend, I think.
I avoided it because it took me so long.
Right,
but
and now
we can all learn from each other.
Yeah.
We all have different
skill sets
and things that we're great at. I love data. I share all the appraisal packets I do. I share with you guys.
Let's talk about. I love your appraisal packet. Is so thorough.
Yeah,
and
but
so legit.
it's what we all have these specialties. Sarah with the staging and the things that
Kyle
she
with
loves to
Instagram.
do, and Kyle with Instagram. So, but we share. That's like what I love the most. Is I'm never gonna feel like you're too busy for me or gotten to the level where you can't help anymore. We're all helping.
And
back to that, what we talked about a little bit earlier. I was looking at successful realtors in various brokerages, and they all had coaches. And I thought, I can't spend $1,500 a month on a coach.
No.
Well, once I joined Portfolio, I have like 30 coaches.
You're so right. Yeah.
I mean, I have coaches everywhere
day. If you need a midterm rental, we call Michelle Romano, right? Mm-hmm. If you need anything high-level investments, you're calling Peter Stewart, Zach Null, or Josh, right? And I love pricing and negotiation and verbiage and scripts. So my English background, I love giving scripts and writing. And I tell anybody, if you need some help with inspection response, just send it to me and I'll write it. I'll help you write it.
Right.
Because I have to pour my 15 years experience back into you guys so then I can help you guys grow, because that's my why. Is this is my third team in real estate, and I wanted to do it in a place where we can grow rapidly at the pace that everybody wants to. It might not be someone's like why is to have 12 million a year. Maybe they just want 5 million, but whatever their why is, we're going to get them there, and they're going to feel supported. Don't you think?
Yes, absolutely. And everyone is going to thrive when our brokerage is thriving.
Yes.
Because I might have a different lifestyle right now with my teenagers and going to all the track meets and going to the volleyball games and going out of town.
Yeah.
But when I am focused on my transactions, I'm focused. And when I can't be somewhere, I know I have help.
Oh, yeah.
Buyers, they want to see homes every day. And I've got all of you guys that can help me show homes. And I can say, even though I'm an individual, like I'm an independent broker, I have a team. And I could say, I'm sorry I can't be there, but my team members are going to be there. And they're just as high level as I am. They're going to be just as professional as I am. Like I have trust in our brokerage that
I love that.
I have this team.
I have trust too. And it's a really cool feeling to come to work and be excited and we have fun and we're goofy.
I love our Monday meetings.
Right?
I love Mondays.
I love Mondays. We got to make a t-shirt about this.
I know we need some merch.
I love Mondays. I've never woken up, I'm a former school teacher, I never was excited about Mondays.
Right.
But I love it because I feel so fulfilled checking in with everyone. How was your weekend? What did you do over the weekend? And production talk.
I just know I'm going to be energized for the rest of the week after a Monday meeting.
Yeah, even though you're a jazzercise instructor and you have a candle making business. Talk a little bit about that.
I'm a consummate entrepreneur.
You are.
I've always been physical. I was an athlete, like I said, and I've always wanted to keep in shape. So for 12 years, I've been a jazzercise instructor. It keeps me accountable. When I show up, I know there's 10 to 20 people relying on me to start their day off with a great workout.
Yeah.
I have a better mindset because I've gotten a good workout, and it makes me accountable.
I need to go to a class. We've been talking about going, but I have little kids, so we're in different stages of life. But I love that I can call on you. For instance, Josh and I were invited to speak at a wealth building event in Austin, Texas, and we had about a week to prepare. And I called you and I said, "Oh my gosh, can you create portfolio candles to provide as little small gifts to the group that we were going to speak with?"
Yeah.
And what you did, you're in the middle of graduation prep and your kids' volleyball, your kids' track, your own transactions, and in 2 days you created beautiful, like scented candles, portfolio labeled. They were beautiful, packaged up perfectly, and delivered to my garage door.
Well, thank you for supporting that business of mine, by the way.
And I mean, that was just
started the
thank
business
you so much.
For gift giving.
Yeah, gift giving.
I always like to give closing gifts, and I don't want to do just, the Amazon gift card or I like to get to know my clients and figure out what it is that is applicable. But whenever I put a gift basket together, there always seemed to be a candle. So I thought, I think I'm going to learn how to make candles.
It's so cool.
Once I put my mind to something,
How long have you been doing the candle business?
2.5 years. And I did create a business, and I have a website, and I have folks come to me all the time with custom orders. Now I'm not doing markets so much. I am focused, on real estate. But I do a lot of custom orders, and you ask me to make a custom order, and I have people come over and play with the fragrances and make their own scent, and put any broker, any business, put their label on it, let them, promote themselves.
SKO candles, right?
SKO soy candle, 100% soy.
100% soy. I mean, the gifts are so sweet, and it's personal, and it's affordable, and it's handmade, and I'm supporting your business. And just for you to deliver them right down the street to my house, I was like in the midst of getting ready and packing, and I was so thankful for that.
Thank you.
And tell us, we're going to end. What have you done this year when we went, Keller Williams announces every couple months.
Yeah.
What have you already done this year? Let's talk about that.
So one of the attractions with Keller Williams was that when you get to a certain production level, you no longer have to pay your brokerage a percentage of your commission. And it's called capping.
Yes.
And so I capped about 2 months ago.
Amazing. And you also went out of the country like 10 times.
I did go out of the country 3 times this year.
With kids and family.
But that just goes to show, you can do this business and still have a life as long as when you are working with your clients, you give your clients 100%. Because that's how I build my business, is through referral. And my number one job is to do 100%, give 100%, so that they walk away from the transaction knowing that they got my full attention, and then they refer me to someone else. And I know for 100% that's how I'm getting the newer
your next gen
clients that I'm meeting, is just by doing a fabulous job, even if I do have to go out of the country 3 times.
And you got to keep 100% of your money now. Have you ever kept
now I do. I've never
in your other brokerage?
And even in other brokerages where they take a percentage, they still take even a transaction fee.
Yeah.
And I don't have to do that
now
anymore.
You get 100%, which is really cool. When you're an entrepreneur and you work your butt off, you should be rewarded and have 100% of your money.
Yeah.
And what was
because I'm the one doing all the work.
No, you are doing all the work. And what the final end was so cool to me, full circle, was on Friday. I went to the St. Simon Festival there in Lawrence, Indianapolis, Guys, there where we live.
Yep.
And I see your beautiful shining face, portfolio, Keller Williams, right, is sponsoring, right?
Did you notice where it was placed?
Right next to your husband's.
And right where you had to get your wristbands to go to the beer tent.
Did you do that on purpose?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you did, girl. I had to take a selfie. It just made me so proud that you love and trust our brokerage, and then you're sponsoring something, your church, in your festival, and that's such a fun, popular festival. So to see our logo in your face in the corner in the popular spot, it just warmed my. I was like, wow, how far have we come in a year?
I know.
And now we're a brokerage of about 35, and when you started, there was about 10 of us.
And what was my vision? 200.
Your vision was 200.
Yeah.
And
I think we're going to get to 200.
Oh, yeah, we're going to.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing and being such a bright light with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, viewers. Please log in and check out Shauna's SKO All Soy Candles. Yay. But most importantly, she's that Geist expert, too. She's lived it for her entire life. So if you're in Geist, Lawrence, Indy area, call my girl, Shauna.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Megan.
Yes, you're welcome.